Hello there, it's Gabby here from Confidence After Cancer, and I hope this finds you well. This week I'm going to talk about a subject I've talked about before, which is about stress management. And I've talked before about how cancer prevention and looking after yourself after a cancer diagnosis, managing your stress is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. You know, none of us probably know exactly what caused our cancer. But you can bet your life, most people I speak to will tell me at some point in the run up to their diagnosis or the way they've been living for months, maybe sometimes years before a diagnosis, stress was playing a major part in that. So for me, as part of my recovery plan, I'm very conscious of the fact I need to manage my stress and I don't allow myself to get stressed out anymore. So today I'm going to take you through 3 top tips for you. I'm hoping these are useful for you. As always, there's no judgment here. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying these are 3 things that work for me. Maybe they'll work for you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is taking a break. And I think this is something, again, we all know we should do it, but how often do you really take a break? If you are working, as a lot of people are, looking at a screen all day, health and safety regulations will tell you it's a good thing to get up and walk around, look away from your screen at least once an hour, look at the horizon, look at something far away, because you know sitting at a screen is not good for you. But whatever your lifestyle, whatever your habits are, whatever your routines are, taking a break is essential for your well-being and for your stress management, whatever it is that you do. Okay. And so last week, for an example, my husband arranged for me, it was a surprise actually from a birthday treat, just 3 days away for a weekend in Whitby in North Yorkshire. So we didn't have to go too far. It took us just over 2 hours to get there. And oh my goodness, it was just like being in a different world, you know, away from the home, all the obligations that we have in day-to-day life. We left those behind us for 3 days. We spent time together. We spent a lot of time outside. Luckily, the weather was absolutely glorious. So we did some coastal walks along the coast in Whitby, which was absolutely stunning. It was so beautiful. But to be honest, whatever the weather and wherever we were, just getting outside, getting some fresh air, getting some exercise is such a good thing to do for yourself. It's a real treat. And so 3 days away of just, for once, not worrying about what we ate. You know, the healthy eating went out a little bit out of the window. We treated ourselves to a lot of carbs, some lovely fish and chips. We found another shop that had been recommended to us where they did a wonderful pie and mash. We went for an Italian meal and had a lot of pasta. So yeah, just pure indulgence just for 3 days. And it's not something probably sustainable for a long time, but for just 3 days of a break, of putting our normal routines to one side, not having to set the alarm clock, not having to get up or be anywhere, or no commitments other than to ourselves, of having a really nice time. That break, as I say, we went for 3 days, 3 nights, so 4 days. It felt like we've been away for ages. It was so good. It was literally a breath of fresh air. To get to the seaside, to take in the sea air, to do the coastal walks was just absolutely wonderful. And so that's something I'm trying to bring back now into my everyday life. Now we've been back for a week. And so today we've been for a long walk. Not quite as pretty as Whitby. We have walked around our local area, been to our local park, walked into our local town, realised, you know, just how built up and polluted our area is where we live. But yeah, we appreciate now that everything that we've got, and it was just wonderful. So that's the first tip I'd give you, is to schedule in regular breaks. The second thing I'm going to talk to you about that's really good for your stress management is just juggling things up a little bit. So I said, we've never been to Whitby before. It was a new experience for us. We went to some lovely places we'd never been before. We saw the Abbey. But just generally, new experiences are a really good thing for your mind, body and soul. So I'm inviting you to think about what new experiences could you do for yourself to help you manage your stress. And again, we're all individuals. It depends what floats your boat, whatever you'd like to do. So this week I have booked in for a new thing for me. I've done it before once years ago, but I know there's a place local to me that's just started doing this, and that is to have a gong bath. And it's a bit like a meditation where you go in, and I believe there's a big gong, and you lie down in the quiet, maybe in the dark, and listen to the sounds of the gong and the vibration that it makes. Apparently it's very, very relaxing. So I've booked in to do that on Thursday evening. So I'm not sure I'm going to go in my pajamas, but I'm certainly going to go in comfortable clothes so that I'm hoping to come back in a very relaxed state, that I will be ready for bed. I'll be completely stress-free and living in the moment when I come back. So really, really looking forward to that. The third tip I'm going to give you, and this is so important, and I do bang on about self-care all the time, and I'm going to keep talking about self-care because it comes up time and time again with everybody that I'm speaking to, nearly everybody that I'm working with. And I ask them about their self-care and what are they doing, and they say, oh yeah, I know I should do that. But if you know you should be doing it, why aren't you doing it? And I'm not here to tell you off. I'm here to say, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't take care of yourself on a day-to-day basis, please don't wait until you get a serious diagnosis, or you get seriously ill, or you get seriously burnt out where you just can't cope with everyday life. I've seen people have an absolute meltdown simply because they've ignored the self-care, they've not been taking breaks, and they've not been managing their stress. So don't allow yourself to get to that state. Think about it now. If you want to live your happiest, healthiest life, and I want to live a long life, but I want to live a long and happy, healthy life. I'm 60 now, I'm in my midlife. I want to think I've got many years ahead of me, but I want those years ahead of me to be happy and healthy and not living with illness and not living with stress. And so I want to do everything that I can to prevent that. And part of that is scheduling, easy for me to say, putting time in my diary for me time. Putting time in my diary for self-care, because I know what happens. We all do it. We're busy. Things happen. Things get in the way. And before you know it, it's Sunday night again and another week's gone. I can't believe we're in July already as I'm speaking to you. This year has flown by for me. I don't know if you're the same. And mid-year is a good time really to take stock and think about, well, what's working for you in your life and what's not working. Give yourself some credit for the things that you've achieved. Don't be so hard on yourself. And, it's a natural thing to do when we look at our to-do list and we look at the things we'd like to achieve. But remember all the things that you have achieved already and be proud of yourself. Be proud of the person that you are. There is nothing wrong with you. Oh, I can hear that thunder. There's thunder in the background. I hope you can hear me okay. I've had some glorious weather today, but I think there's a storm coming, which will be nice because it will clear the air, I think, and make it a little bit less muggy. And storms are beautiful to watch from the comfort and the security of your own home. I hope nobody's out in this storm. I digressed a little bit. Sorry. So what the point that I was making, for me, I'm a busy person. I'm also getting quite forgetful. And I also find it sometimes that I do a task or I have a thing to do and it takes me much, much longer than I thought it was going to do. So for me, it really, really helps me to plan and to schedule and to book in the time for my self-care. So as I said to you, I'm going to the gong bath on Thursday. I'm going to book it. I'm going to pay for it in advance. I'm going to make sure I've got a little reminder that's going to ping in my phone and tell me that's when I'm going. I am a bit old school. I do like a paper diary as well. So I've written it in my paper diary as well. So hopefully I'm not going to forget. I've also got a wall planner and it's on my wall planner. So I've got all these reminders to tell me, gong bath. Yeah, that's where you're going on Thursday evening. It's booked in. It's non-negotiable. It's happening. It's paid for. And the other thing that I'm going to book in this week is a yoga session. Love yoga. Not for such a long time. You don't even have to leave the house, do you? There's so much on YouTube, so many good people that you can follow on YouTube. Easy, gentle yoga for beginners if you've not done it before. Just 5-10 minutes in the morning always makes me feel so much better. And the more that I do it and the more habit I get into, it's a bit like the morning walk, which is my other thing that I'm going to do this week. I'm going to commit to 5 times a week, no matter the weather, even if it is raining, I'm going to put my coat on and get outside. First thing in the morning when I get up, I am going to go out and do that morning walk because I don't really want to. I'd love to have another 10 minutes in bed instead. But you know what? If I get up, go for my morning walk, I know how I'm going to feel later. And so I've given you 3 top tips there for stress management. 1, remember taking a break, taking regular breaks throughout your day, but also planning some regular breaks throughout the year. I'm working with somebody now and she said, I've not had any time off this year from work. Whoa, it's July. You need to take regular breaks. You can't go on forever and expect your body to not let you down in some way if you're not taking regular breaks. The second thing was new experiences. What new experiences can you think about? And please let me know if you think of some new things that you're going to try for you. Some things hopefully that will relax you, maybe some things to give you pleasure. Whatever it is, new experiences, there's so many new things that we can all try. And I'm going to be sharing with you my new experiences, but I'd love to hear from you as well. If you've got new experiences that you try, that you enjoy, that you think will be helpful for other people, let me know about them. Thank you. And the third top tip was to schedule in some me time, some time for you, just for you, for self-care. How would that be if you just treated yourself to a little bit of self-care and a little bit of time and a little bit of treating yourself like somebody who is really important? Because guess what, my love? You are. I'm always here for you. Please reach out to me. You can get in touch with me. You know where I am. I'm at confidenceaftercancer.co.uk. Ping me a message. Get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. Have an absolutely fabulous week, and I will speak to you very soon. Thanks for listening. Take care.